The Trotters have reached the front stretch. And underway. Tiffin Hanover showing first on the far outside. Wants that early lead. Also firing there on the inside. Coming up is Smooth Vintage. And Smooth Vintage is going to assume the mantle early on. Inside second there is Homestead Branded. Moving up to third there, Tiffin Hanover. Following in fourth is Hetty's Hope. And inside fifth, Marion's Man. Followed there by Playwright. At the back ringside, Lauren, and off stride there with Sea Raven. They approach the quarter-mile marker, get there in 29 2/5. And in charge here on the front end is Smooth Vintage with George Napolitano Jr. in control here for the 9-5 favorite. Pocket trip for Homestead Branded, dropping down tonight second. Tiffin Hanover has been close of late third. Now with a first over march, Playwright is fourth on the outside. Inside the free old chipper, Eddie's Hope. Marion's Man is sixth, followed by the mare ringside, Lauren, and Sea Raven desperately trying to get back into it at the back of the pack. Also off stride now on the outside there went Playwright. So they make their way around the paddock, turn to the half, 1 minute even. The 30-3 second panel there. Smooth Vintage with the lead here for George Napolitano Jr. Homestead Branded, content to let Smooth Vintage do the work and hopefully reap the benefits later from the pocket. Inside settling third, Tiffin Hanover. Now it's going to be Marion's Man with Steve Reisenweaver making a move first over there as they go towards the clubhouse turn. Hetty's Hope inside fifth. Ringside, Lauren picks up cover six. Sea Raven able to catch the field, so too Playwright. Those two hoping for a miracle at the back of the pack. 3/4, 130 even, 30 even the third panel. It's Smooth Vintage trying to go this long distance on the front end here tonight. The lead now a length as they're back on the backside. Homestead Branded hanging right with them in the pocket. Tiffin Hanover yet to move there on the inside. He's covered up on the outside by Marion's Man, who's singing the first over blues there. Inside, Hetty's Hope is fifth. It's outside ringside, Lauren, Sea Raven, and at the back, Playwright. Smooth Vintage going to take him to the mile. He's taking them to every pole here. 159 3 for the mile, 29 3 fourth panel. Smooth Vintage trying to go all the way around twice here on the front end. Homestead Branded still lurking in the pocket. Third there is Tiffin Hanover. At the top of the stretch, Smooth Vintage with the lead. George going to ask him for more now. Homestead Branded to the passing lane. Tiffin Hanover shakes free on the outside, but Smooth Vintage has a little bit left. He's got a lot left. He's got the win on the front end. Going to have a three-way photo for second place between Hetty's Hope, Tiffin Hanover, and Homestead Branded. But no doubt for the winner, Smooth Vintage, 229 4 at 1.25 miles.
Boy, you don't often see a horse on the front end on the 1.25 test. It happens here. Smooth Vintage. George Napolitano Jr. got there early and stayed there late. Becky Zubkoff, the trainer. Smooth Vintage, 9-5 on the board, giving George his 95th win of the season. 229 4 for the mile.
Ladies and gentlemen, judges have posted the unofficial order of finish for tonight's 10th race. Number 1, Smooth Vintage finished first. Number 2, Hetty's Hope finished second. Number 8, Tiffin Hanover finished third. Unofficially 1, 2, 8 in tonight's 10th race. Moving into the winner's circle, unofficial winner of race 10, the 1, Smooth Vintage. A 7-year-old bay gelding by Sierra Cosmos out of Dolcetta by Chiola Hanover, bred by Onmar Stable of New York, owned by Howard Taylor of Penn Valley, Pennsylvania, and Becky Zubkoff of South Salem, Ohio. Becky Zubkoff, the trainer. George Napolitano Jr. in the bike. Smooth Vintage at 9-5, the favorite in here. Usually with this 1.25 type race, you see the lead hands change hands several times, but Smooth Vintage was able to control matters all the way on the front end. His third win in 13 tries this year, 18th lifetime win. The career earnings now topping $138,000, and he covers the 1.25 tonight in 229 4/5. That's the 1, Smooth Vintage. Results